Hello, my name is Andrew Siriani, and for my 3-minute presentation, I found an article on Forbes website titled 10 Communication Secrets of Great Leaders. And the reason why I chose this article is because I've been very interested in how leaders have gotten to people through speaking to their emotions and to their aspirations. And this article I found really concentrates on how it's impossible to become a great leader unless you're a great communicator. And if you pay attention to that sentence, it's a difference between talking and communicating. So the intention of the writer of this article, his name is Mike Myatt, is to provide people who want to be good communicators 10 strategies and tips to follow to become a great communicator. Now, throughout this video though, I'm only going to really concentrate on about 3 or 4 of the main points that he provides, but still I'm going to go ahead and name off all the points if you are interested in actually trying to become a better communicator. The first step in becoming a great communicator is to speak with the forked tongue, is how the writer puts it, which basically means to gain the trust of the people you want to follow you. And you can't demand trust from people. It has to be earned. People have to know that you don't have poor character or a lack of integrity. The second step is to get personal. He puts a pretty good quote inside his little explanation paragraph, which is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Full relationships with people, you'll never know what's really on their mind until it's too late to do anything about it. So gaining that personal knowledge, yeah. The next step is get specific, which really, when it gets down to it, the pure fact of the matter is simple and concise is always way better than making something complicated or confusing. The next one, which is the one that I took a lot of, was focus on the leave behinds, not the takeaways. When you truly focus on contributing more than receiving, you will have accomplished the goal, which may seem counterintuitive, but by intensely focusing on the other party's wants, needs, and desires, you'll end up learning far much more than you would have learned if just focusing on your own agenda. Shut up and listen. This is a great step in my opinion, because it's very true that you'll gain more knowledge by listening actively, which can be key in developing professional communication skills. It's not all about flapping your lips. It's about listening to what others have to say, analyzing that, and then through that, making your own connections. The next step is to replace ego with empathy, because when candor is communicated with empathy and caring, this leads to anger turning into respect and doubt turning into trust. And of course, you gotta have an open mind. That's the next step. It's not the opinion that matters, really, it's the willingness to discuss it with an open mind and learn that really matters to people. So tip number 8 is to read between the lines, which can be connected back to shut up and listen, because in our generation, in our age of instant communication, everyone seems to be in such a rush that what's on their mind, they're too fast to communicate it, and they fail to realize what you can gain from others, which is keeping your ears and your eyes open and your mouth shut. And by doing that, you'll be able to read other people much greatly and understand what others have to say, giving you time to be able to communicate effectively and efficiently back to them. So number 9 is probably one of the greatest tips of advice from this article, which is when you speak, know what you're talking about. Because if you do not know what you are talking about, then you can't add any value. Or, in other words, there's no substance to what you're actually saying. And people won't follow someone who is just forcing themselves into a conversation for the benefit of hearing themselves talk. The last step of these 10 steps is to speak to groups as individuals, because leaders don't always have the luxury of speaking to individuals in an intimate setting. The whole point of this one, communicate to an auditorium filled with people, and each person feels as if you're directly speaking to them, then you have earned credibility, you have earned their trust, and above all, you have set yourself up as a terrific communicator. So, if you want to become a great leader, not just a great talker, if you follow the past 10 steps I've talked to you about, you should be on your way to becoming a great communicator, which is the first step in becoming a great leader. Thank you.